Anthony Joshua.
Aren't many fighters not named Canelo Alvarez that can pack 70,000 in the house, but this is par for the course for Anthony Joshua.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Champion world, Anthony Joshua. This man has become an icon in many ways for what he's been able to do outside of the ring.
Rank Jake Paul if he wins this fight, and that will put him in position at least to fight for a world title. Whatever you want to say about Jake Paul, we were all there.
Fight that's captured the imagination and generated huge interest. Two men who split opinion, a fight that splits opinion. It has to be the most eagerly anticipated 8-rounder that any of us.
The fight between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is going to be electrifying. Joshua brings power, experience, and Olympic pedigree, while Jake relies on speed, unpredictability, and relentless confidence.
Rock, they said no photos, Rock. They said no photos.
Okay, we'll do that.
But this is what we signed up for, and he's very tall, but that means I can use my speed and my size.
Analysts debate strategies, predicting an explosive first few rounds. Both fighters are in peak condition, making this matchup one of the most intriguing events. Jake Paul is entering this fight with a level of confidence that has surprised even seasoned observers. In recent commentary, it was noted that he exudes belief in his ability to rise to the challenge and achieve victory. Unlike some of his previous matchups, Paul is approaching this fight with an intense focus and determination. Analysts observing his preparation emphasize that his mindset is critical, and his confidence reflects a combination of physical readiness and mental resolve. This approach suggests that he is not underestimating the magnitude of facing a former heavyweight champion, but is instead embracing it as an opportunity to prove himself on the world stage.
He's very big. I'm here to shock the world, inspire the next generation. We're in the Heat arena. I'm a big Heat fan. Miami's on fire. This is my first pro fight, was in Miami against Gibb. I'm bringing that same energy.
BJ Flores, a respected boxing analyst and former professional fighter, has a more cautious perspective. He argues that while Anthony Joshua may no longer be in his absolute prime and has faced some struggles in recent bouts, the matchup still presents overwhelming challenges for Jake Paul. Flores emphasizes that Joshua's experience, size, and skill make this fight exceptionally difficult for someone who has not yet consistently faced elite-level competition. He warns that the timing of this fight could place Jake at significant risk, suggesting that a more gradual step-up in opposition might have been a safer path for his career development.
To Andy Garcia, I don't think that means you're punchy. I think that means he's fought the best fighters, the best heavyweights over the last 15 years, and he's fallen short, of course, but he's a very, 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 he's a very big man. He's got that Olympic pedigree, and that makes the fight against him very difficult.
It does indeed, what do you think is the upside? There's always an upside for this fight against Jake. I guess, if I play sort of the viewer's perspective, what people are saying on Twitter, they're saying it's a win-win for Jake. You fight a two-time former heavyweight world champion in Anthony Joshua. If you get knocked out, it's no big deal. And if you lose, if you get knocked out, you get the respect of the public as well for taking the fight. If you win, you're the king,
Yeah. The upside is, I think, I don't know, like, everyone's like, oh, I respect Jake. I'm just like, it's just crazy that you would have to fight, a former world heavyweight champion, 6'6", 240-pound gold medalist. That's the only way you get people's respect. Like, there's a lot of other ways, like, and if you don't get everybody's respect, those people just don't really understand boxing. Like I said, I feel like this fight is a little early for Jake. Obviously, I would like to see him fight one heavyweight before this fight happened, at least one heavyweight, and then maybe see him, be in there with B, a guy world rated in any weight, cruiserweight, heavyweight, anything before you go in with a guy like Anthony Joshua. It's just a massive difference on the size and the power and win everything. But I guess, if the objective is to make people talk and make people say, oh man, he's crazy, then he's getting exactly that. He's getting what he wants. So to me, it doesn't make sense. This fight doesn't make sense to me at all, but I think would be there down the road. I'd much rather see like a Canelo fight than an AJ.
Jake Paul's legitimacy as a fighter. He highlights that Paul possesses genuine power in his punches. Knight stresses that the young boxer's ability to challenge a professional fighter in such a competitive manner underscores that he is not merely a novelty act. This recognition of his power and skill adds credibility to Paul's claim that he is prepared to meet Joshua in the ring with a serious chance to compete.
Smiling and frowning at the same time. You must be smiling because it's happening and you're getting a mega payday, but surely you must be frowning at the fact that this kid and others out there believe that he stands a chance of even beating you. And look, if the stars align, maybe Jake Paul could close his eyes, he could put his head down, he could throw a punch sent from the heavens, and he could clip AJ on the chin with it. But even if he does, I'd put my money on it that it doesn't do anything. I don't think it does anything to Anthony Joshua, even if Jake Paul does manage to clip him, because Joshua's never been hard to hit anyway. But the difference between getting hit by a Jake Paul and getting hit by a Daniel Dubois is monumental, and even that is an understatement. And the difference for Jake Paul in getting hit by a Nate Diaz compared to an Anthony Joshua is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What do you think AJ would do to Nate Diaz? What do you think AJ would do to Tommy Fury? Come to think about it, what do you think Francis Ngannou would do to Jake Paul? And look at how that went. So either way, what I'm saying here is quite simple, right? Jake's style is very, very easy for Anthony Joshua to navigate, and that is even if the skill set between the two were on par, because although he's getting better at them, Jake still makes many fundamental flaws. He leans over his front foot when he jabs, and that's a problem, because when you do that, you're always gonna have the potential to be